before we bought the resort. I was a customer of the resort and I've always loved it. I've loved the architecture. I didn't know at the time that you were involved in designing it and creating it. It became an amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to acquire a resort. Yours and Tom's designs on it.
First of all, it's a grand landscape. It's a tremendous area, and it's been a human lifetime to get an opportunity to come and start to build upon it while respecting the place and what it is. It's really a multi-generational effort. I know for me, it was working in the initial phases of the project and at that time, the conversations about what this thing could become. What's been so incredible is to see it start to become that, to see all of that richness of program, all of that various opportunities to really leverage not only the natural landscape, but the programming, the events, to see the recreational opportunities start to come into play, to see the maturation of the vineyards and the wine industry, in addition to just the incredible entertainment that continues to come. Really amazing to see you all get involved, pick up the project and start to take it to the next level.
After we acquired it, I was like, we wanted your involvement as much as we possibly could, but we appreciate everything that you've been willing to do for us and be willing to take on the future designs and continue to build out the buildings.
Well, I think what's so exciting is to really also see the language of the place evolve. I really love some of the first buildings we did on the property, and I think they were absolutely right things for what they were and where they were on the site, and I think they're very special. And it's also been incredible to be able to explore and kind of broaden the language. I think some of the newer elements are increasingly a little more contemporary, also very, embedded in the landscape, but we're really able to explore some interesting new ideas, some interesting construction technologies, and also the opportunity to do some major scale hospitality support for the gorge programming itself.
And that has been super fun working on the Cliff Club building and the ideas you guys have developed that into. I think will be one of a kind commercial spot for events and for dining and our partnership with Live Nation. I think it's a really amazing collaboration between the three properties.
I remember the first time when you guys started talking about what you wanted to do at this particular part of the site, I was like, no way. Right there, like a building that's going to be in the landscape and then just really place you right out there at the edge of the gorge, and then also with a kind of 100% position to be able to look at the concerts. It's just kind of an amazing concept.
I try to think of something and then you guys are right on board and you're right there figuring it out with me. It's amazing to be able to think of that building and then maybe our Woodinville whiskey next silos, grain silos, whiskey bars could be cool. Someday I hope to, get to a wine cave. It's been a really, really fun journey. Beyond the homes, the amenities that we're super excited as part of our initial vision and would love to have you guys be partners in that vision. Would be developing a future pool down below on a bench in the rocks to keep it natural, hot tub below our existing pool, potential grain silos, whiskey bar, partnering with Woodinville whiskey, and potentially a future wine cave. So I kind of want to make it an experiential thing for all aspects of our customers that could be one of a kind.
Every time I go there, it's like you just want to be able to stay. You want to be able to extend your experience. You want to be able to have different things to enjoy when you go, particularly if you're, in a home. So I think it's just incredible to have kind of these fun, creative, added value things happening all over the property. And I hope that with each one of these, it gives us an opportunity to further just explore what it's like to build in this environment and to sort of enhance your experience of the environment, whether it's the view, whether it's a rock formation, whether it's descending down into a cave. I mean, I think that's what's really incredible about this particular place. And I think what we've all been working together to really bring out of the projects. I think you've got bold visions and you're really practical at the same time about how to go about evolving this property and enhancing people's experiences. I think that the way that we're able to work together is to really be really mindful about the property, about what we're trying to achieve at the end of the day, while still being exploratory. And I think, the ability to just really be open-minded and come up with some great new ideas and ways to sort of leverage some of the partnerships in and around the property. That's been an amazing, I think, attribute to the project.
I think it's been hands-on, being on the property every day, and then seeing what could this look like without disturbing the landscape and keeping the art as you guys can create magic with your buildings.
For some reason, the central Washington location was it's almost a miracle of happening, that in this place, which is reasonably remote, and I think we'll always have this kind of quiet, peaceful aspect to it, that it has become such a hub, such a place. I can't think of other places that I've been to or other projects that we're working on that have that unique combination of amazing landscape, kind of world-class events, and yet the sort of quiet and pristine landscape with the comforts and the enjoyment of the development that's happening there.
It does feel like that to me as well. And then everyone also being willing to take it in such a positive and thoughtful direction. It's been amazing, and it couldn't have happened without everyone's involvement and your guys' involvement, Live Nation.
It's really kind of unique. Being so close to Seattle, so close and yet so far from so many places. It's just got this ideal. You can go there in a day. You can completely change your environment and your landscape from Seattle or any place in Western Washington.
In the beginning, before we acquired it, there wasn't a lot of involvement with Live Nation, which I thought was surprising to me. I've always loved music. I don't understand why this isn't connected. Why isn't everyone working together here? And that's one of my goals has been to how do we bring everyone together and bring music into it, but then also keep that calmness and the beauty there at the same time.
I have to say, I've thought over the years so many times of, you get a sense of the performers that are coming there, and they've stayed on that property in those homes. I mean, the walls could talk, the music that they've heard and the people that have been through there. Yeah. And every once in a while we would catch wind of someone being very complimentary about their experience. I mean, I think for the performers who have stayed there, it's a place unlike any other. I mean, it's really a place of just relaxation and rest for them. Got an amazing legacy.
And that was started a bit with Dave Matthews before we were there, but I was like, how do we enhance that and keep that going? And then how do you let them leave their mark a little bit, so then when people come, they can see? And so upstairs in our record room, I built the record room, vinyls on the wall of a lot of the music that's played at the Gorge. And when I would travel in my past corporate life to different countries, I always looked at graffiti around, and I said, okay, what if the artist could just graffiti on the wall and just leave a little bit of something? And so they've been doing that. It's been really, really cool to see.
And what's so unique too is I think you can still have a fairly private, quiet experience and be, adjacent to a lot of activity, which is kind of incredible too. So.